we have done. So we created a Windows and we created a Linux server, and we attached, right? We attached additional disk, right? We attached additional disk to it, right? So we have seen yesterday EC2, right? EC2. So we're calling it as Elastic, Elastic Compute Cloud. So I hope everyone having the AWS account. I hope everyone having the AWS account. So if not, right? If not, just contact management for the class recording. So in the second session, I showed you, right, how to create a AWS account. Okay. So yeah, I'm in the AWS account. Okay. So we will discuss. Okay, we will discuss today. So about about the volumes, about the volumes. So how to use volume, right? How to utilize it, how to work with that, right? So we'll see. Okay, today. Are you getting my voice? Are any issues? Hello, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, if you are, if anyone facing issue like not audible means just rejoin the session. Okay. So yeah, let's continue. Yeah, so let's go to, right. So we'll discuss about volumes. Okay, what are the types of volumes, right? So yesterday we have seen how to attach new volume to a Linux and a Windows server, right? So let's see. Let me open the Paint. Right, you as of today you know how to create a server, how to connect to a Linux and how to connect to a Windows, how to connect using putty to a Linux server, how to using git bash, putty, instance console, right? AWS console, right? How to connect to it, you know, right? So and how to, right? How to attach a disk, right? A volume to a server, you know that, right? But what are the types of volumes are there, and how to, right? How to attach the volume from one availability zone to another availability zone server, right? So let's see that how we can overcome that. What is the feature AWS is having? Okay. So this is a, for example, region. Okay. This is one availability zone. This is another availability zone, right? So as I said, the distance between two availability zones is minimum 100 kilometers, right? 100 km, right? So right, let's discuss that. Let's discuss that. So let's create, what I will do, I will create a server. Okay, I will create a Linux server. Okay, I will go to instances. Okay, I will launch an instance. I will make the name Linux server, right? And I will go with Amazon Linux. I'll go with Amazon Linux. I will go with 1 GB RAM. Okay, so and I will go with existing password only. Okay, I don't want to create new. I want to use existing, and 8 GB hard disk. 8 GB hard disk. You can see volumes now. So let me check here volumes. Right, easy to future. Right, currently there are no volumes. Currently there are no volumes. So here, if you launch the server, what will happen? It will create a server and its volume also get created. Okay, this is your Linux server volume, right? So, but how many types of volumes are there? And right, what is this type? This is GP3 type. GP3. So there are actually in AWS volumes are majorly two categories. One is HDD, another one is SSD. So SSD is nothing but solid state drive. Another one is hard hard okay, hard disk drive. So right, so the volumes in AWS majorly two categories. Okay, majorly two categories. One is SSD and the one is HDD. And again, SSD is categorized into, right, into two categories. One is IOPS based, IOPS. Okay. Another one is, right, another one is GP, general purpose based. We call it general purpose. Okay, general purpose. So if you have any web applications, right, if you have any, right, applications, basic applications, you can go for the, right, general purpose, or we can call it as GP, or we can call it as GP. This is the latest generation one. Okay, so, right, if you have any, right, scalable applications, right, uh, if you have any, right, interactive application, low latency interactive applications. So if you want to provide a consistent delivery, right, performance to the clients or customers, you can go with general purpose. The general purpose is having again two types: GP2 version, general purpose second version, general purpose third version, general purpose third version. And this IOPS, when you will use, if you have mission critical applications, okay, if you have mission critical applications and, right, high demand applications, so if you need more speed, right, IOPS, right, input output per second, right, so you will go with this IOPS based. So this IOPS also, right, you can find out here whenever you want to create a new volume. Okay, so here you can see, right, so there is GP2 and there is GP2 and GP3, IO1 and IO2, IO1 and IO2, right? So you can see, right, so IO1 version, IO2 version. Okay, IO1 and IO2, IO1 and IO2 version. Okay, there are two types, IO1 and IO2. General purpose GP2 and GP3. Okay, GP2 and GP3. Okay, and these are the hard disk drives. Okay, so if you need more data with less pricing, right, but speed will be normal, so if you can go for HDD. And the HDD are again two types: SC1, ST1. Cold HDD, cold HDD. Okay, right, right, cold HDD. So if you have any frequently accessed, right, we have call it as SC1. Okay, ST1 and SC, right. So, right, we can call it as, right, here you can see, so cold HDD, cold, right, and this is throughput. So here C means cold, right, cold HDD. This is throughput HDD, cold HDD. Okay, so the throughput HDD, right? The throughput HDD, when you will utilize, right? So the throughput HDD you will utilize, guys. So whenever you have larger, right, large size of, like, or if you have any logs, or if you have any Kafka, or like, let's say, monitoring, right? So, right, if you have more logs, more information, you can go for throughput. And if you are accessing frequent, if you have frequently accessed data is there, and you want to store it and you want to access it, you can go for throughput. It is, right, the price will be a bit high compared to the cold HDD. So if you have any unfrequently accessed data, right, rarely you are accessing, but you want to put more information, right, so you can go for inexpensive, right, it is inexpensive compared to, right, ST1, it is inexpensive, right. So you can write large data sets, large databases, tons of data, right? So you can go for this SC1. Okay, so this is ST1, this is SC1, right? So just try to note down the types of data, right? Types of volumes, right? You can see whatever you want, you can select it. This is magnetic, which is now no longer using now. Okay, very less. So you will get not more than the size of, right, 1 TB, the maximum and minimum you can see. So yeah, there is no specific throughput also. That means that much speed, right? You will not get, right. So just try to. Okay. Yeah. Will you share your mail IDs for our chat? I can provide access to AWS and Linux materials. Just share it for our chat. And yeah, you're from which institution? Also, please mention that our chat. Our reference person name also, no problem. Please note down. Please note down, guys. Okay, so I hope you have noted. So let's continue. So, right, you have a server here, right? You have a server, right? So, for example, this is your any server like Linux server, right? Here, right? There are a lot of information is there. So, your, for example, this is your Linux server primary, right? Primary disk. Okay, so this is your primary disk in Linux, which is in US West 1A, right? US West 1A, US West 1A, right? So US West 1A. So your new volume, for example, let me take your new volume, right? Let me create a new volume. My new volume is under, right? I can go for any right, any one I will go with, right? So some 25 GB. Okay, so the second disk is under US East 1A. My server is under 1A. The second disk is under 1C or 1B. Okay, 1B, 1C, sorry, 1C, right? So this is the volume, right, from 1C. Okay, right? So your new volume is in 1C. The primary disk is under, right, 1A, right? So you have this 25 GB in another availability zone. If you want to attach it to a server in 1A, you cannot attach. You can see because there is no instance in 1C because the instance is in 1A, right? So but how to attach it, right? For example, this is 1A, consider this is 1C, right? So but how to attach it, how to overcome this kind of situation? So you can take a backup, you can take a backup of this 125 GB volume. We can call it as a backup, or we can call it as a snapshot. We can call it as a snapshot. So you can take a backup of the snapshot. You can take a backup of the snapshot, and you can, what you can do, you can take this backup of the snapshot, right? And you can create your new volume with this snapshot wherever you want, wherever you want. So if you want to create in 1A, 1C, 1D, 1B, anywhere you can create it with this help of snapshot. So where you can find out the snapshots you can see here, it's a easy to future. There are no snapshots currently in my system, right? There were no snapshots currently in my system, right? So here, how to create a snapshot? So you have to select whatever volume you want to create a snapshot. Just select a volume, right? Go to actions. You have a option, right? Right. Create snapshot. Create snapshot. Just click on here and provide the name or description for this. For example, snapshot from 1C volume. Okay. Name also I want to provide the name also, same snapshot from 1C volume. So snapshots are backups, or we can call it as snapshot is a point in time backup. What we can call it as point in time backup. Okay. So what is the advantage of this point in time backup or a backup, or a, right? So for example, right? So for example, so someone from your office or colleague, right? Uh, you have taken backup or a snapshot on April 1st, April 2nd, April 3rd. For example, this is day one. Okay, day one snapshot. This is day two. There is a day three snapshot. Okay, so 3 days. So someone from your colleague, he deleted second day data. Okay, in the volume, in the disk. So how we can overcome that, how we will get it? So no issues, you have that first day snapshot, right? From the snapshot you can create a new disk and you can delete the old. Okay, you can delete the old one. If it is attached to any server, you can and detach this server and you can attach to a new server or old server, right? So you can do like that. You can take a backup, right? So that's why we're calling it as point in time backup. That's why we call it as point in time backup, right? So in AWS, right, in organizations, we have that, right, backup option, right, AWS backup service. From that, we can take a backups every day automatically. No need to create like this every time. Okay. Anyway, I'm creating a new snapshot, right? You can see. Is any snapshot here earlier? No. Let me show that. So this is the snapshot. This is 25 GB, right? The snapshot from 1C volume, right? So this is the one, right? From this snapshot, okay, I can go to actions. I can go to actions. So from this snapshot, I can create a volume. I can create a volume. If I don't need this snapshot, I can delete it. If I want to manage the tags, I can, right, manage it right here, right? So let me create a volume from this. So, and if you want to create whatever the purpose volume you want to create, you can create. Okay. So, right, you can create whatever size you want, you can create it. Okay. So anyway, I want to create it under which availability zone. I can select 1A. I need to create this in 1A, right? So let me create it 1A, and let me provide a tag. This is new volume 1A. Okay. From snapshot, right? I created snapshot. Okay, great. Right, it is getting created. Let's wait. Right, you can see new volume from one C. Right, so you can see the volume. Right, the new volume is created. So can you note this one? Can you note this? So point in time backup. Just note down. Okay, so now your volume is there. It is under created under where? Under, right. So the 1A, right? The new volume is created under the old volume is under 1C. From this volume, you created a snapshot and you did that, right? This new volume, right? If you want to attach it, you can feel free to attach it. Select the server, go to actions, and you can attach it, right? So this is how you will attach a snapshot. If you want to delete it, you can select the snapshot, go to actions, delete it, right? Make sure you're deleting. And what about new volumes? You have to delete it manually. Just select it and delete it. Okay. So yeah, the server is there. Server related volume is still there, right? So so if you delete the server, then automatically the volume is get deleted. So if you delete the server, if you terminate it, right, the volume also get terminated. Okay. So that's about snapshot. Okay.